Got me thinking, who's more frustrating, Luka Doncic or Joe Burrow? It's a good question. Who is more frustrating? They both have been to a championship level situation and both lost. Both have a lot of promise, but can't seem to quite get it right. Both are cool. Both are like reminiscent of people from before. Dare I say, Joe Burrow does give you the coolness of Joe Montana. He's cool, poised. And Luka Doncic has had some people compare him to Larry Bird. But why it don't really click? Which one of them is the more frustrating? Which one of them do you kind of sit there and you think, man, this guy, he just can't quite get to the next level? Because Luka Doncic, I watched the game against Utah, that last play, he sat there and he was like, oh, my fault. And he always starts off slow. Who does that remind me of in football? Joe Burrow. If you think about across the board, how people have certain parallels, even though it's different games and contests, who they put you in the frame of mind of? The frustrating ones, the ones that make you want to shake your TV set and just scratch your head. I'm sitting there like, come on, man. You got to be kidding. You got to be kidding. You can't possibly do that. The Cincinnati Bengals talk much trash and yang and pop off and what this and that, and they always end up getting beat. And they get beat at home and they lose bad games because their coach underprepares them, Zach Taylor. But then they get hot in the middle, and then they give you those games where it's like, oh, they could be Joe Burrow is frustrating because he can be mentioned in the sentence with Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, and Josh Allen. And you don't think nothing about it. But then he has those games where he's looking like, it's not because of interceptions per se, but it's like Derek Carville. No, he's not as extreme as that. But he has those moments where his skill set says he should be top tier, but the team's standpoint is middle of the road. And when I think about Luka and the Mavericks, they done lost 5 or 6 games by just not being finishers. And when Charles Barkley said they got lucky to get to the finals, Kenny Smith and them were looking at him strange. But he's right, because if you really look at it, if he could finish half the games, obviously coming the season in shape, and they play it like they mad that they lost the way they lost to Boston, you might buy them. But it's just so cool for school. It's just cool for school for side. And it's kind of like, yeah, you a stat pattern and you look like a superstar and you got to walk like one and the vibe, but you don't finish. You got to finish, yo. If we don't get no finish from you, we just gonna say that you are I for an incomplete. And it's kind of frustrating because I look at them kind of like the same. Gotta be somebody else out here who's a sports head who feels like, yeah, Joe Burrow and Luka Doncic are kind of like the same dude. They really don't finish. I have a tendency to do what I call across the board trajectory, and I may take 2 different sports or take 2 different people in different professions, but it's all entertainment. But then when I see similarities, I think to myself, I say, yeah, you can't quite finish. You know. I know what the obvious one is, because you're gonna holler at me because I'm a Yankee fan and say, why don't you put Aaron Judge in there? Because I think Aaron Judge is actually, dare I say, better than both of those guys, athletic wise. And he plays for a team that has expectations for winning. But the difference is that I didn't see Burrow do this year in, year out. Aaron Judge was a late bloomer as far as even getting as deep as he is. His first World Series appearance as far as getting there. So he's not really had the kind of situations and Luka cracked through. He did get to Western Conference Final, lost to Golden State a couple years ago. So when they didn't know what they had in Jalen Brunson, actually it was 2022. So then you fast forward to last year. So he's getting there. But I put them more in the succession that they seem like that they are anointed or mentioned, because anytime, and you can debate Aaron Judge is the best player in baseball, Shohei Ohtani has a lot to say about that. But Joe Burrow, wasn't it long ago that I hear some turkey on some network that will remain nameless, can't say no names, said that he was the best quarterback, but Patrick Mahomes was the best player. And I'm like, yeah, okay. And Luka Doncic, Baby Bird, Shannon Sharp, and them been saying that, and that he's past Jokic and all. I'm like, pump them brakes. Pump those brakes. These cats got a lot to prove. They both got a lot to prove. I'm starting to wonder if that while they're talented and got skills, I'm wondering if we're just going to see some cats that they're gonna have. I'm trying to think. Who can I pick on that? Who could I pick on that was like that from the past? That was a notorious for success, but didn't seal the deal. Who comes to mind? Will they have like a that didn't win it all? Will there be like a Dan Marino? Um, It's like a Dan Marino, and I gotta think of somebody else that'll come to mind. But there's always like somebody like that they got anointed like they were gonna be something, and it just didn't come to pass. It just wasn't in the cards for them to seal the deal. But they were cool. So will it be like a Dan Marino and Dale Murphy was one of my favorite baseball players back in the day, Atlanta Braves player. Will it be like somebody like that who looked like they had all the potential and just didn't pan out? Stay tuned. Please tell me what you think. Please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for one another. Share the video if you like and hit that membership. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out one time. Peace.